Hi, in this video we're discussing AWS security as it relates to Amazon RDS and how we can use Centrify to enhance the capabilities we have around shared responsibility. I'm going to show you also how to set up an AWS RDS SQL instance. We can also support Oracle, but you'll be able to see how a database is onboarded, how a user account is added. We're going to also give you an overview of the policies that can be set up. And in addition, we're also going to just do a demo of how a user would actually check out a shared account. So the problem with our Amazon RDS security and the shared practices or the best practices provided by Amazon is that they focus a lot on the lower levels like encryption in transit and at rest and some of the X509 controls. But what a fundamental problem is that when you get an RDS instance running, you basically get a shared account. So you have the same problems of a shared account needs to be controlled, rotated, right? Be able to update and all that stuff, right? So with Centrify, we can have and privileged service the ability to implement all those controls in a very flexible way. And you can combine both on-premise and any public cloud at the same time. For example, I have a SQL Server here, local one, and I can add one in AWS. And it's very simple. All I need to do is press Add Database, right, and give it a name. Pick the type. Notice that we have a SQL Server and Oracle. Provide information about the endpoint, and that's typically you can get from the RDS page, right? In this case, it's 1433, the port. You can always go to this console and get that information. Provide the instance name. And optionally, we can add an account, right? So I have an account called AWS Master. That was the shared account that was created, right? And that's the account that I want to be able to control. So I'm going to basically say, hey, I'm going to give you the password, but I want the platform to manage it. But that's going to give me the advantage is that the password is not going to get known by anybody, and I can set up a governance model. For example, I can set up workflow and approvals to make sure that only people with approvals can access this particular database resource. I can actually provide a policy, right? And the policy may be how many checkouts at the same time, what's the checkout lifetime, if we're going to have a password history and cleanup mechanisms, and periodic rotation. Perhaps I want to be able to change this every 30 days, and each time it's used, right? So we want to be able to provide those capabilities. Also, I want to be able to see activity, who's been doing what at any point, right? For example, this is the original change, and I want to be able to control permissions, right? What is the end result that we want, right? We want to be able to provide capabilities to our users so we can maintain security and keep productivity going, right? So for example, I have this user Lisa Simpson. She needs to be able to open SQL Studio and perhaps make a change that only that shared account can do, right? In this particular case, all I can do is log into the portal, do a checkout, right? In this case, I'm doing a straight checkout without approvals, right? And I can basically copy the password to the clipboard, and that's it. I'll be able to log in and do what I'm supposed to do, right? But I was never exposed to the password, right? And when I'm done with my work, I can go back here and say, okay, I'm done. Okay, I can look at my workspace if I want to see all the stuff that's going on, and I can say, you know what, let me go ahead and check in. And once it's checked in, the actual password is going to be rotated. We also need to be able to provide information for our security operations, right? So who's been doing what at any point? And notice that I have the ability to see who's been doing what a lot. And this is activity me, practicing for this video and everything, right? Okay, so finally, what we want to be able to do is to add additional controls. Like with Centrify, you have multi-factor authentication. We want to be able to have flexibility, right? With Centrify, I can combine both on-premise and public clouds to be able to do this. And in summary, you have not only the security mechanisms to meet or exceed the requirements for shared responsibility with AWS infrastructure, but you have flexibility. You have flexibility that can be used both on-premise and in the cloud. And I'm hoping that the series is being useful to you.